Hey everybody, I'm going to give you up close and personal with Caesar. Yeah, yeah. Calm down. He's a little hot. He's a little wound up right now. Yes, calm down. It's okay. I just got him out the cage. He's a little hyper right now. Say hi. Say I'm actually a nice guy. I'm a nice guy. Yeah. My dad feed me good. We've only had him about 14 months. He was only about 8 inches long when we got him. But yeah, this is my little pit right here. Say hi. Hi. Yeah. And that little boy, huh? Yeah, that little boy. You hissing? You hissing? Oh. You like being scratched right here. He'll go to sleep. You always get the hissing and whatnot, man. He's alright though. Yeah, I'm alright guy. But tomorrow I'm gonna be having a podcast coming out on change. Change is a funny thing with us because we want change, but change is scary too. But it came a point for me, like the old saying, I was scared of change, but I got to a point where I was definitely scared of staying the same too. So I chose change, obviously, and the process is going to be different for people what they go through, but the longer you wait, the harder it is. You're building habits and a lifestyle that that only leads to misery. And the longer you do that, the harder it is to change those habits. I waited till I was 45, I'm sorry. And my first time incarcerated was when I was 12, so got a few years. And I was only I say I was only at it because I call my addiction exclusive to opiates, but I was chasing numbing, long before that. So yeah, I was stuck in addiction for a long time as well. It's funny, like people that live like us, it was easy to go to prison. The prison, a lot of times you feel a little bit more free. You ain't got the stress of out here or the stress of the lifestyle and feeling like a piece of shit. You know what I mean? You ain't racking up all the guilt and shame. You feel a little bad because you're locked up, but you learn to accept being locked up way too easy. But for me personally, being locked up, a lot of times I feel more free locked up than I would out here. I get out here and I feel like, I'm locked in a cage, But that's in my mind, that's me wrestling with the demons that I wrestle with, Which, I believe for all of us, that's why we don't choose to be an addict, this is what we feel inside drives us too. We're chasing relief. We're not chasing being an addict. We didn't decide to be an addict. We're just chasing relief. But I found relief. I do different things now. Obviously, I got a pet alligator. Yeah, it's my little pit bull. I'm loving life, man. Learning how to love myself, but it's a mission too, because I still have these days. Some days you just get a little down. It's a little harder to move around, but You get yourself to moving and get through it. 'Cause nobody's going to do it for you, man. All right, everybody. Y'all have a good night. I'll see you tomorrow on Spotify.